everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm Megan Benanti and this is Rise and Shine, where we are answering questions for your soul's evolution. So let's see, our three charms today. I needed three. Oh, the knot. We haven't gotten this in a while. So we have a knot, we have a guitar, and we have a key with a rose for the top of it. So kind of cool. We haven't had these charms before. I'm excited. And today's question is, what do I need to know about my relationship? So, always a big one for us is dealing with our relationships and how we navigate these things. So let's take a look at our knot people and we'll see how we can help you guys out. So, okay, sorry, gotta shuffle this all in here, and please know I have set my intentions ahead of time for you. Okay, knot people. Well, interesting place to start, because my first question about this is like, what's the strength in your relationship? And right now, it's not so strong. So, you're feeling this pulling apart, and this close connection for you is feeling fragile and challenged. Now, that doesn't mean it needs to break. It just means it's being stretched really thin, really tight, and like a rubber band, and those rubber bands can stretch pretty far, which is a good thing. They don't need to break. And so, but you guys are pushing each other right now. And so it's going to be navigating this. And interesting that I would use a rubber band, because what do we do when a rubber band breaks? We tie a knot in it. And so we fix it. And so I do feel like for you, there is a focus on trying to fix this right now. And so, I asked what you kind of need to heal in this relationship. And honestly, this is about finding hope for you guys. You need to just believe that you guys can pull through this together. You need to find positive things to focus on and what brings you all joy. I definitely feel like there's something that is like really overcritical or over analyzing in this, and that is not helping your purpose right now. So that needs to be let go of, and really focusing on how we strengthen, how we connect, how we see the world together versus separately. This isn't a me situation. This is a we situation for you. And so you've got to be pulling away from the I conversation and more about the we. Okay, so now what do you need to offer here? Okay, this is going to be tough, and I know this is challenging, but right now you need to offer space. You need to walk away. And that's part of this Eight of Cups. It's trusting that you're going to do the right thing for you and for your partner. And sometimes that's giving some space or some quiet time. You need to not be clinging on to them right now. Both of these are 8s, and then I also have 2 5s. And 8, that is the lemniscate, the infinity symbol. So it moves in and out. It's a continuous flow of energy. Right now, your relationship needs the space and some time to heal. And just trust that and have faith in that. 5s, that's about challenge and navigating that, and also bringing in balance. And as you move forward, you guys have the potential to really be in here for the long haul. Definitely, as we look at Temperance, this is long-term goals. It's focusing on the direction you want to go with it. And, but it is also about balance and harmony, and knowing that you can both be magical, beautiful people and want different things and still be okay being together. One of the greatest lessons that I have learned in my relationship, and it took me a good 18 years of marriage, not even including the 3.5 years dating before that, to realize that I didn't need to fight him for power, that I had my own power, and that I could do what I wanted to do and not have to worry about his judgment, that he really wasn't going to leave. And I think that was my insecurity that you know, my abandonment issues, that people would leave me if I really did what I wanted to do for me. And so, you know, as I look at this, you're going to have to honor each other's power here. And I really feel like you've got good growth that can happen, but you are super duper being tested right now. And it's okay to honor that struggle because the struggle is real. But you can get through this. So that is our not people. Okay, so let's take a look at, we're going to do the guitar people next, since that's the one I picked in second order. And, you know, so we're looking at an electric guitar, musical instrument. Think about how that plays out in your life. It plays, and music is important for us. And it's about our rhythm and flow. So, okay. Oh, cool. So there's something new in your relationship, and it might be that the relationship itself is new, and that's where the strength is. It's fun, it's engaging. You know, sometimes we have to reinvent ourselves in our relationship, or perhaps it's like getting dolled up and dressing up and kind of getting into a new role in the relationship. It's like, oh, I want to be fancy for him today, or I want to look my best for her, because there is a sense of appearance and ambiance. We're reading with the Couture Tarot today, so that brings that in. And so, you know, it's getting a new groove on here as we think about that guitar too, which is awesome for you guys. Now I asked what do we need as far as like healing in this relationship? And I think part of this for you is, one, it's not bringing in your past into the relationship. It's like letting go of that. And also, it's not focusing on, where are we going with this? Are we going to get married? Are we going to have a baby? I feel like it's like, okay, whoa, we need to not be planning too far ahead right now. I really want you to be in the moment. You know, I feel like we've got some trust issues and some uncertainty that we're dealing with here. I'm sorry, I'll show you the card. This was the first card, Page of Cups. And so, you know, enjoy it for where it's at. Don't put so much pressure on it. Also, you know, if your partner has long-term been withholding where this relationship is going, then that might also be the issue that you need to deal with. And, you know, let me consider this as we go through the whole reading, if that's going to be a long-term concern or not, because I feel like I've got to tie in everything together. Okay. Now, with your partner right now, it's definitely the aspect that you need to be bringing some fun into this. It needs to be playful. It needs to be living in the moment and about gloriousness and fun and being uninhibited, not being afraid to charge forward with things, and being courageous and playful, and just trusting that things are gonna be okay in this. And that's interesting. So that takes us back. We have the moon and we have the sun. So, oh, sorry, that's supposed to be this way for you guys. So I want you to think about that like, I feel like for you, don't play into the moon aspect. Enjoy the sun aspect. Don't be afraid of where this is going. Kind of have fun with it for now, because I feel like that's what your partner gravitated towards you, because of the fun and the joy that you bring them. And so that's part of what this is about. Okay, now how are you guys going to move forward here? It's about taking action for you, and just trusting that it's going to move forward, and not you do need to get out more. It's not about sitting around on your tush. It's not about being bored. It's like, let's get on this and have a good time. Let's explore. I definitely think if you guys want to plan a vacation, that energy is good. It doesn't have to be expensive. It's just seeing the world differently. So much of this is about youth and action and flow of energy. And the only thing that I really see as being a struggle for you in this is worrying about where it's going to go. So try to get your fear out of the way. I really feel like you guys have good rhythm here, and you should just embrace that and have a lot of fun with it. Okay, so that was pretty awesome for all you guitar people. Holy cow. We just love it when we get positive readings. So our last one is going to be our key reading. And this key has a rose for the handle of it. It's a little vintage key, and it's very sweet and pretty. And, you know, with the idea of the rose, it could be delicate, but it's a key. You know, keys take a lot of wear and tear. We put them in our pockets, we drive over them, we stick them indoors all the time, especially when you're drunk, you're like trying to find the door, you know, so there's a lot of like, you know, keys get beat up. Okay, and we rely on them. So let's see, the strength for you in your relationship. Oh, good, we have an 8, which of course, must be the local airport. Sorry, that was kind of noisy. It sounds like an old, like World War II plane just went over, but there's the small airport nearby. Okay, so we have an 8, which of course connects us with strength, which is great. And I know with your relationship, there's aspects here. We've got 8 of Swords. It is about feeling a little bit stuck, but this is in your own mind. So it's your mental imprisonment. It's not that it's necessarily that bad, but I do feel for you, sometimes this relationship can be binding or uncomfortable. And I'm looking at a shoe here, which I never realized, I always thought it was a slab of meat or bacon, but it's actually a shoe with a strap, which I thought was a dog collar. But I gotta say, the shoe doesn't look comfortable. And I feel like sometimes you're forcing yourself into this, and maybe that's out of loyalty or longevity, but I really want you to think about what you want to own in this relationship, what you want this relationship to be about. Because I feel like there was a lot of sparkle and flash and flare for a while there. And right now it's like everything's structured, and it's a little disciplined and maybe not as free flowing. And it's like, oh, what's happening? Why are we not communicating clearly, or something's a little off? All right, now, as far as like what you need to heal in this, it's your emotional well-being. And, you know, we have Queen of Swords in reverse. Well, she's a toughie. When we get into that mode, we're kind of bitchy. And it feels like emotionally like, I'm not getting what I need out of this. I'm irritable, I'm frustrated. I will say it might not be completely about the relationship, but you need to heal yourself to be strong in this relationship. Or if you're a man, your partner, she needs some healing here. And she needs to be a little more in emotional balance. And so, you know, if this is you, is it taking like St. John's wort? Is it an antidepressant? Is it going to therapy? Is it just talking about what's going on and being really direct? Because maybe you're being overwhelmed. Maybe there's anxiety. Well, what is the core issue there? You know, as I said earlier, I was like married for 18 years before I realized I was still insecure about fully being myself and stating what I wanted, because I still thought he might leave. 18 years of marriage into that. And so, you know, it takes us a while to really to move past these traumas from our childhood. So, you know, as I look at this Queen of Swords, get into this, figure out what the real issue here is with yourself, with your partner, and see if it's something you guys can move past. Or want to move past, because I think that's part of it. We have the choice. So how are we going to live that out? Now, what do you need to offer your partner here for you guys to continue to grow together? And we have Ace of Cups. It is in reverse. And it's like, I feel for you, there's a part that's like, I don't know that I want to do this again. You are resistant to having this new beginning here. And it's interesting. I mentioned in the beginning, the key gets beat up. I feel like you're feeling a little beat up and battered and bruised. And whether that's physical or emotional, and please, I hope it's not physical, because that's really scary shit. But I do feel like you're trying to, you're looking for a way out. there is a part of you that knows that maybe this isn't right for you anymore. You might be a little terrified to make that decision, and that's okay, but I want you to really think about it and get clear on it if that's going to be your truth, because I think that is something that we need to do, is know when it's time to go. And that stuck energy that we started with, that's part of that. Is it time to go? Because when we don't make a decision, we always feel stuck, because we're like, am I giving up on the best thing in my life, or am I starting something new and joyful? And I would say there's also a part of you that maybe doesn't want to leave, that doesn't want to walk away from this. And so that also can feel torn and stuck in here. So, but I do see there is an opportunity to go. If you want to take that, it is available. You don't have to stay. Now, how do you move forward? And you have 2 wands here as well. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, both in reverse. I'm not sure you don't seem ready to move forward with your partner. You don't seem ready to walk away. Hence that stuck energy. I will say, I feel like the way your relationship has been growing, though, it feels distorted and a little forced. If you look at the tree, it's growing sideways, so which is not a natural growth for a tree, but the tree will reach for the sun. So if there's too much shade, it's going to grow sideways to capture that sun. It needs to be able to photosynthesize. And so if you're bending yourself over backwards in some way to find the sun, to find the joy in the relationship, then maybe you're working too hard just to survive. Relationships aren't just about survival. They are about growth and joy and finding the things that really bring out the best in us. Now, if this is temporary energy, and you guys can acknowledge that, we are looking at all minor arcanas, so that can resonate as just being a phase that we're going through. But I want you to be aware, do I have a pattern of this with this person? Or do I have a pattern of this in my past? Am I always accommodating the other person until I'm completely unhappy? So just be aware of your pattern and what door you need to open, what door you need to close, what this key is gonna unlock for you, whether that's shutting someone out or opening up something new. I feel like you've got some wiggle room to kind of navigate this. And it's interesting, the crystals we worked with are very much about finding your voice and speaking your truth, and also about finding the magic in your life. And so I want you to really honor that energetically as you move into this, and kind of navigate this particular relationship, because I do feel like this is very challenging for you and a very real situation. And I want you to be happy, and I think that's really what you're trying to figure out, is what is going to make you happy. So, all right, everyone, that's it for this week. I appreciate you tuning in, and please let me know if you have any comments, feedback below, and I'll see you guys again next week. Take care for now.